For years, people have been told the same story. All you need is motivation. That spark, that fire, that viral quote to get you moving. It sounds good, doesn't it? And millions buy into it every single day, chasing motivational books, watching endless speeches, sticking inspirational quotes to their mirrors. But for most, nothing really changes. The same bills pile up. The same stress creeps back. The same goals go unmet. Motivation feels like the answer, until it isn't. It's a cycle many experience, but few talk about. A rush of hope on Monday, followed by exhaustion by Thursday. It almost feels like being on a treadmill, running hard, but staying in the same place. In the United States alone, the self-help and motivation industry is worth over $13 billion annually, yet nearly 7 in 10 Americans still live paycheck to paycheck. Studies show that nearly 80% of people who attend motivational seminars fail to apply what they've learned beyond the first few days. Why? Because motivation has been marketed as a solution, when it's really just a product. It's not hard to find stories of people attending $5,000 retreats, only to come home and fall back into their same habits within a week. The feeling of progress sells, but feelings fade. That's how the industry keeps selling, and people keep buying. Many have found themselves here, fired up by a quote on Monday morning, feeling unstoppable, but by midweek, the energy is gone. Some describe it as being trapped on a hamster wheel of hype, a constant rush followed by an inevitable crash. Research from the American Psychological Association shows that 65% of Americans report feeling burned out despite consuming self-help content regularly. It's a vicious cycle. Excitement, effort, fatigue, failure, repeat. And every time it happens, the belief deepens that maybe the problem is just not being motivated enough. But the truth is, motivation was never designed to last. Motivation feels addictive because it releases dopamine. That surge of excitement, the vision of success, the idea that change is possible, it lights up the brain's reward centers. That's why so many keep chasing it, even when they know it never really lasts. It gives a false sense of progress, like running in place, but convincing yourself you're moving forward. This phenomenon has even been called motivational addiction, where people consume endless inspirational content, but avoid the unglamorous work of real change. Studies by behavioral economists at Yale show that people are far more likely to buy tools that promise fast results rather than those that require long-term effort. For millions, the dream of financial freedom feels more and more out of reach. Housing prices are higher than ever. Wages have stagnated. Student debt has reached over $1.7 trillion nationwide. And social media fuels the belief that anyone struggling must simply be lazy or unmotivated. But these struggles are systemic, and they won't be fixed by another vision board. According to Pew Research, 62% of Americans believe they'll never achieve the lifestyle their parents had. Many quietly carry the shame of struggling, thinking motivation alone should be enough to fix their lives. But what they really need isn't more hype. It's a plan. Here's something many don't realize. Those who build real wealth rarely depend on motivation. Instead, they rely on systems, routines, disciplines, things that don't care how you feel on any given day. Warren Buffett doesn't check a vision board to decide whether to invest. He follows a system. Top-performing athletes don't always feel like training, but their regimen keeps them going. Systems create consistency, and consistency beats motivation every time. The truth is, motivation is about feelings. Systems are about actions. And actions, not feelings, build results. So how do you step off the hamster wheel? How do you break the cycle of hype and crash? Start by accepting that you won't always feel ready, and that's okay. Progress doesn't require permission from your emotions. Then, build a system that works whether you feel motivated or not. Some have found success by automating their finances. For example, scheduling automatic transfers to savings and investments. Research shows that people who automate their finances save 43% more on average. Others focus on tracking just 3 key numbers weekly: income, expenses, and net worth. And many credit their turnaround to learning a single marketable skill, something they could monetize, like copywriting, coding, or digital design. None of these require constant motivation. They require commitment. One of the most overlooked truths is that small steps, taken consistently, create the biggest change. James Clear's book, Atomic Habits, popularized this idea, and it works. Start by saving just $50, reading 5 pages, doing 10 push-ups. When compounded, these tiny habits lead to a new identity, one of someone who follows through. Momentum replaces motivation. And momentum doesn't disappear overnight. A study from Stanford found that people who set small, specific goals were 76% more likely to stick to them than those chasing big, vague ones. In other words, starting small isn't just okay, it's smarter. Maybe it's time to let go of the idea that you need to feel inspired every day. Real success isn't loud. It doesn't always feel exciting, but it's steady. It builds quietly. And over time, it frees you from the chaos of chasing the next motivational high. For many, that's the real dream: stability, control, freedom from the noise. Not another seminar, but real, tangible results. That's what systems deliver. And that's what most have been missing all along. So here's the challenge. Stop lying to yourself that motivation is enough. Stop waiting to feel ready. And stop feeding an industry that profits from your inaction. Instead, start laying the bricks, one small, boring, powerful break at a time, toward the life you actually deserve. And as this message resonates with you, if you're ready to step off the hamster wheel and start building something real, then subscribe, because each week you'll find more systems, strategies, and truths right here. Not hype, not sugar highs, just the tools you need to save yourself. Motivation won't save you, but you can save yourself. See you in the next video.